Welcome back to another episode of Tribaholics, ladies and gentlemen. Um, got a lot to unpack this week. Some good news, some bad news, some criticisms, but some excitement going forward. So, how we doing today, Caleb? How we doing?
Uh, yeah, we're all right, man. I'm a little bit more optimistic than I was come Saturday. Come Saturday late, probably about 11:30 at night. Didn't feel too hot about our chances. You and I exchanged some text messages between ourselves on Sunday. Neither of us were very optimistic moving forward, but that's football. Other than that, doing good. Might end up getting a little pup. Now might end up getting a little puppy for myself. I'm wearing my Lightning jersey. The Bolts are playing behind me, so if you guys are paying attention to that, show some love as well. I'm gonna be doing one of these every once in a while. Got my Stamkos jersey on. So Ben's not a huge hockey guy, but I am. So I'm gonna be rocking this shit throughout the show. I don't really give a fuck if it's a Florida State show or not. I still love my Noles, and that's what we're gonna be fucking talking about. So that doesn't matter. But yeah, there's a lot to talk about. We got a lot to talk about. I also had one of my family dogs pass away today. We had to put her down. She had multiple seizures, multiple as in like 10 seizures over the past month, and it's just nothing we can really do for her at this point. So I had to kind of put her down today. Not really.
Glad to hear that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, not really, a great thing that you want to talk about, but rest in peace, Roxy. Shout out my girl there. A great guard dog at the home growing up. So gonna miss her, but she's in a better place right now, and that's all you can ask for. This upcoming week, I'll be in Knoxville.
You just like going to game day, don't you?
Not going to game day. Not going to game day. I got a wedding there actually. It just so happens.
The bridesmaids are gonna be so mad when it's all packed out there, and
It
they're
just so happens that it's the same weekend. Luckily, guess what? The wedding's on a Friday, so I'm gonna go be able to.
"You're gonna miss the Braves game."
Yeah, that's fine, but I'm gonna go enjoy the festivities of Tennessee, Bama. That's gonna be a great time. The girl who she's not really like my cousin, but she's like one of those family friends that you grew up with for like a long ass time, who like ends up becoming like, oh, those are your aunts and uncles and those are your cousins type deal.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say my girlfriend, who's not really my cousin, but kind of, and I was like, "This isn't." I don't like this. That's where
No, bro. Come on now.
That's where my mind went.
Yeah, see, you've been watching too much of the, hubs or whatever you call them. That's your problem, Ben.
What's
But
that?
no, this is like one of my good family friends who is like my cousin. I've known her for a very long time. She's getting married. She graduated from the University of Tennessee as well as he did. So I'm gonna be very excited to be there for that, and get to see them get married, and spend their life happily ever after with each other, and also get to soak in the experience of what it means to be in Knoxville for a massive ass game. So very, very excited for both of those. We've, from what I've heard, there's a bunch of different scenarios where we could either end up just going to a bar, renting out like a whole room for a place, or doing something similar to that. So very excited about the whole ordeal from the wedding till the next day. So a lot going on for me this weekend, a lot going on for me in life as well. So try to keep you guys up to date with it all. But
I hate weddings.
Ben, I know you can't match that. So
Well, I hate weddings because I know I don't hate them, but I see all these people I know getting engaged, getting married, and it makes me just feel even more lonely than I already am. This is not the podcast for that.
I mean, you're about to fucking cry on camera, and I can't believe you're about to.
No, but I don't know. My weekend's gonna be a little bit better. I'm heading down to Tallahassee. I'm taking Thomas, who'll be joining us in a little bit, to his first Florida State game. He's finally gonna see and realize that planting the spear is cooler than the eagle flying around Jordan Hare, which is pretty cool. I'll give him that. But
Yeah, it was pretty cool, but
a fucking compares. Pony and a flaming spear, dude.
Nothing compares.
It's fucking dope. But yeah, I'll be heading down there Friday. Gonna hang out, meet some people down there, have a good time. Drink lots of alcohol, win or lose. it really won't matter. It's going to be just unholy amounts of alcohol. Speaking of alcohol, what are we drinking tonight?
I'll let you go first because I always go first. So go ahead, grab yours.
Okay, so I've noticed the past 2 weeks I've done water, right?
Yep.
In the past 2 weeks we've lost, right?
So
So
where's the correlation in that? Please tell me because
I went back to All Reliable and I got me a Busch Light for good energy. And it's a cool fucking can. It always tastes a little more crisp when it's in a limited edition can.
All right. A limited edition. I feel you. A Busch Light. What does it look like? It's not the camo type shit.
It is camo. But
It's camo. It's the OG.
They changed it up a little bit. I got my favorite. I have a little beer collection. My favorite one.
Show the people. Show the people.
My favorite one. I saved it. It's a fucking John Deere Busch Light. It's got a fucking tractor on it, dude. Sick as shit.
Take a ride.
Take a ride on a Busch Light mobile. Yeah. Busch Light mobile.
That's not where I was going with that. I was gonna say take a ride on my big green tractor, like the fucking song, but that might be past your time, bro.
That's a great song. I've sang that karaoke before.
Oh, karaoke guy, are we?
You gotta get a little alcohol in me, but yeah.
I think karaoke takes a little bit more than a little bit of alcohol. At least for
the last time I did it, it was when the Braves were playing the Dodgers, and it was kind of like the big where they just kind of play with fiddle and shit, and no one's fucking singing. I just yelled out on the mic, "Fuck the Dodgers, Braves in 6," and everyone started cheering. It's fucking awesome.
Tough L today, by the way.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we almost came back, but
you almost came back, but a little late, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's best of 5 series. I think whoever wins tomorrow takes it. We win tomorrow. We lose tomorrow, we're getting swept.
Well, it's best of 5 here now, right? Is that what we're looking at?
Yeah, but actually, I think we got Strider throwing one of the games in Philly.
So what's up? Just real quick, what's up with the up and down from Freed? Like, what's that deal?
Sometimes he's on, sometimes he's off. He's usually on, but when he's off, he's really bad. He's also a guy, but like, he's one of those guys. You kind of saw it last year that like once he gives up like a couple hits, that's when he really locks in. But he just wasn't able to lock in today. So I mean, it happens. Obviously, he's still a stud. Like he's not. He probably won't do it twice, but who knows?
Well, he's got to make it. He's got to make it a little bit now. Yeah. I mean, you can only start him really in game 4.
Nah, at best he'll throw 5. It would be Kyle Wright, game 2, Spencer Strider, game 3, Charlie Morton, game 4, and then Freed probably 5. If it goes that far, we'll see. A lot of ball would be left to be played.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of sports going on right now. You got postseason, the Braves, which a lot of our viewers probably root for them, and then outside of that, I mean, the Tampa Bay Lightning kicking off their season right now, and we're in the midst of a season of football where we're sitting at where are we at 3-2 now,
4-2
or 4-2, excuse me, 4-2. That's my fault. I haven't been paying attention apparently, but it's not been the greatest of things, but there's promise. It's not something that's going to destroy us ultimately, but I'll let you take over from there. I don't really want to get on the tangent. I don't want to get on a tangent just yet.
You have to tell me what you're drinking first. We both have to be drinking for good.
Oh, okay. See, I'm already fucking up. Usually it's Ben that's fucking up, man.
I set everything up today earlier, and I was ready.
Look at you being a good fucking host for once. You have gone above and beyond.
But I've never had to be a good host because I always carry the show.
Yeah, okay. You've done a great job of being a great asset to the show. I wouldn't say carry the show. I'd say be a great asset to the show. That's probably a much better way to put it, in my opinion.
Oh shit! I did forget to send Thomas a link, so.
But now you're running the show, and for people who are just joining us or haven't joined us before, I used to be the main host of the show. I used to run this whole fucking shenanigan that we got going on here. I became busy. I am now a sports writer for Sports Illustrated for Bucks Game Day. I passed my shit over to Ben. Now Ben's taking over. Ben, we're trying to get him acclimated into being a like main host of the show. He's starting to get his editing. He's starting to get his producing skills under wraps, and he's been kind of learning these past couple weeks. But you've pretty much nailed it, dude. You did a great job with the introduction and the whole leadway and everything. So
The introductions always give me anxiety because I don't know what to say.
no, I mean you can just run it whatever you want to, dude. That's the great thing about intros. You can do whatever the fuck you want to with it. You can say what you want.
I almost forgot to go live on the countdown. Did you see that? It was at 2, I was like, oh shit, I need to go live.
But I'm drinking. I got a different pack than I'm used to. I'm a big IPA drinker. If any of you drink IPAs out there, shout me out in the comments. Let me know some IPAs that I need to try. I'm very familiar with the IPAs in Tampa, so don't necessarily shout those out to me. But I'm trying out this new. It's like a mixed pack of Goose Island IPAs. So if any of you guys don't know, Goose Island is pretty much located out in Chicago, up there in Illinois. That's where they're based out of, and it's this beer hug pack. Some great stuff, all pretty high percentage. I think they're all probably above 6%. So if you're an IPA drinker, go out there and grab some of those. If not, don't. Other than that, like my light beers or like Mick Ultra, that's what I drink for a light beer. Other than that, I mean, I drink liquor on here from time to time too, so it just kind of depends. But been in my IPA game recently, so gonna keep riding with that. And Goose Island, a new pack I haven't personally tried, is good for me. I like to try different things. I mean, I can't live up to my stepdad's expectations. He's got this app where he keeps control of all the beers he's tried ever in his life, and it's like in the like 2000s. I'm like, dude, how have you tried 2000 fucking beers? Like that's fucking insane. But I'm doing my best to keep up. I like my.
I tried 2000 beers.
Yeah, 2000 beers, but like 2000 different beers.
I've had 2000 different Busch Lights.
No, there's one Busch Light.
No, they're all made differently and specially.
Shut the fuck up. No,
do you know the difference between Bud Light and Busch Light?
That's not how it works. That's not how it works.
You know,
can we move ahead to Ben's top 25, please?
How do you know we're gonna do that next?
Because that's you created this, and now I know, and I'm familiar with it, so I know.
And I'm better than most AP writers.
You are. You know ball.
I do. Somebody clip that.
You know ball.
I'm gonna clip that and just post it over and over whenever you disagree with me.
Go ahead. You should clip it.
At one, Ohio State. No one's talking about them, and I like it that way. They were my preseason natty pick. Keep them under the radar. They're them.
I think they're the only ones that deserve to be there.
They look good. Marvin Harrison Jr., CJ Stroud, both Heisman candidates for me.
Yep.
2, Georgia. I mean, they kind of fucked Auburn. That was kind of expected. Thomas is over here texting me. He's like, after 3 plays, he's like, we stink. I'm like, what did you expect, dude? We aren't good. Number 3, Alabama. I know they were out Milrow, or they were without Bryce Young. They had Milrow, but man, they were having meltdowns and they were up 14-0 in their group chat because I'm one of those. And they're like, so you know how privileged you are to be up 14-0 and melting down? But they almost lost. Here's where I switched it up this week. I just got a little dicey. Tennessee 4. I'm a Hendon Hooker. Excuse me.
Boy.
Hendon Hooker.
You're a hooker. You're a hooker for Hendon Hooker.
Dude, he's my fantasy quarterback, and that motherfucker can play. He is good. I knew he was good at the beginning of the year, but he's still got it. He's a special talent. I think he's the best quarterback in the SEC.
I would not disagree with you. Until Bryce comes back.
Did you know that he's fucking 24?
We will see.
Like 7 months.
Yes, because he was at VT beforehand.
He's over here.
He's like a 5th-year senior, isn't he?
Right.
Yeah.
Then number 5, USC. I'm still pissed that Washington State didn't cover because of that targeting call. I'm gonna blame it on that. I didn't even watch any of the game. I'm gonna blame it on that because they didn't cover by 3 points. I was like, all right, whatever. 6. It's probably a little disrespectful to them at Clemson. They've surprised me this year. Their offense is better than I thought, but we'll get into that later. 7, Roll Pokes. Shout out to my boys in Stillwater. I want y'all. I hope they go all the way, go undefeated. I always enjoy rooting for them. Lane Train staying hot at 8. They look shaky that first half. They were down 20-10 to Vanderbilt, but
they took off. That's fine. I want to put them lower. Michigan 9. They do not move me anymore. They went from fucking 5 to 9, and I want to drop them lower because really?
They're winning, but like they're struggling with Indiana. They're struggling with Maryland. The offense isn't up to what it looks like when they played the 3 really bad teams at the beginning of the year. But that's because they played a terrible out-of-conference schedule.
Okay.
So I finally had an opportunity to see 2 bad games in a row against Power 5 opponents, and I got to drop them. I want to drop them farther, but as you see, Oregon is at 10, and I just couldn't reward Oregon for losing by 42 to Georgia versus an undefeated Michigan. Although I think records or schedules flipped, they have the same record as the other one, but it doesn't really matter. 11. We've got real quick, back to Oregon. Shout out Bo Nix. He's a good fantasy quarterback for me.
All right. So speaking of Bo, are you mad that he left at this point now?
No, because he's a piece of shit.
So for y'all that don't know, Ben is a closet Auburn fan. Just because he goes there, just because that's where your money goes. I understand that you got to root for that team. Period.
Well, I had to root for football because I started bandwagoning the basketball team when they became number 1. I was like, well, shit, I got to root for football now. That was a mistake. Dude, I think I can truly.
So are you mad about that? Like, are you just you?
No,
just,
because this will get Brian Harsin
because like now he's at a better place and now he can get like the best out of it.
Well, I don't give a shit about Bo. I'm just glad it gets Brian Harsin out quicker.
All right. Continue.
11, Wake Forest. They're good. We don't want to admit it. They're good. Sam Hartman, get a job. You're fucking 28. Get a job. Get a 9 to 5. Do something. Do something with your life. 12, the Horny Toads. They're good.
They got a tough matchup coming up. So.
Tony Dykes. How long does he get TCU? We don't know. Maybe he stays there. Maybe he doesn't. I know he's a Texas guy, but does someone go and poach him? We don't know. 13. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe Penn State wasn't frauds. I think they beat Michigan this week. I think they're going to beat Michigan.
No way. Not with Michigan at home. Sorry.
Well, we'll see. It doesn't really matter. 14. Who the fuck would have thought DTR and UCLA would be the second best Pac-12 team? They look good.
Shout out Chip Kelly.
It almost makes me have to reconsider where I have Washington in my rankings. I don't have them ranked.
Shout out Chip Kelly.
But losing at UCLA isn't really a bad thing for Washington. 15. NC State, I dropped them because they are not good.
They're not good.
Frauds. I was gonna say something, but I'm not gonna say it.
We'll get into it.
16, Kansas. Moore got mad at me because I dropped him 1 spot for competing with a backup quarterback against the number 12 team in the country, taking him down the wire. So no, they are properly ranked. Kansas is good.
It's all going to hinge on quarterback play.
I don't even know if it matters because their backup looks fucking raw as shit.
Yeah, but I mean, it still is going to hinge on quarterback play no matter what, even if their backup is legit or not. If he is legit, then he's going to have to come out and prove it. And if he does, then they are still legit.
Yeah. We'll see you next week at Oklahoma, 11 a.m., ABC. Tune in. It'll be fun. 17, Mississippi State. I do not like Mike Leach. I still don't think he's a good coach, but he is continuing to prove me wrong. Will Rogers is also a guy that needs – Will Rogers also needs to graduate, get a job, be a normal person. You are not going pro. 18, Kansas State. I mean, I guess. I don't really know much about them. 19, UNC. I wasn't going to give it to them earlier in the year because of their bad defense, but they're 5-1, and Drake May is a Heisman guy. That offense is lethal. And I gave him a little extra credit for being Miami. I appreciate that.
Oh, Miami.
20.
Can't really take much.
Welcome back, Texas. If Texas had beaten Alabama and Quinn Ewers stayed healthy, they would be ranked number 1 in the country right now.
I'm going to keep going back to this, and this is going to be my excuse all year. It should have been safety.
It should have been, but it wasn't. But if Ewers was healthy and they beat Alabama, they are undefeated and they are ranked number 1 in the polls right now.
I wouldn't say that. I'd say they're top 5.
They're ranked number 1 because they're Texas, and that's the love Texas gets. 21, Kentucky.
But they're pretty much in the same position as we are. They got to prove it still. So, even if you do beat Bama, that doesn't necessarily put you over the top.
Well, no, but every year, Texas is back. Texas is back. Just wait till Miami finally goes 6-0 one year, and they beat a top 5 team. They're gonna fucking rock it up.
Well, I mean, if we're not 4-2 right now,
well, it's a good point.
Instead, we're 5-1, and we're probably ranked 15.
That's true. 21, Kentucky. I don't really know where else to put them. I just kind of put them there. They lost. They look kind of mid.
Without Levis, whatever Fuck
Levis. He stinks though.
South Carolina put it on him, so
But Levis stinks. I don't care what anyone says. He stinks.
you can't really say much. So I mean, South Carolina puts it on you, even without a quarterback. You should have at least made it close, and they didn't.
Yeah.
So.
22, Cincinnati. They struggled with USF, but they came back down from like 17-3 or some shit, 17-0, 14-0. It's just a bad game. It happens. 23. I've got us there. I think we're a top 25 team. The way we play well.
I disagree.
You disagree? Who would you put above us?
I don't know. I'm not sure necessarily who I would put above us. I haven't really looked at that. Personally, I just don't think we're ready for that yet. I think we're right on the cusp. I think we're right where we need to be. And if we were to win both or either or of the NC State Wake Forest games, then I would say you can probably put us in that area. I've changed my mind since last week because I thought either way we deserved to be higher, and obviously it's proven that we weren't supposed to be, which we'll get into a little bit later because I don't want to necessarily dig into what could have beens and what could haves. It's just I don't see us being ranked right now. We're still getting votes because we're still. I think the voters see us as a team that has so much capability and so much promise beyond what we've shown the past 2 games, and that's why we're still getting votes.
That's fair.
So I'm not going to disagree with you. If I were to say at any point we would be ranked, it would be at 25. I wouldn't say it would be 23. So there's teams there that are probably looking better than us through the past 2 games, not up to this point in the season, because we've shown up to this point in the season that we can be that team who can solidify themselves and put themselves in that, bottom spot of the top 25. But there are other teams that are making themselves known right now in the past 2 weeks that probably deserve that better shot at this moment in time. It doesn't mean we can't work our way back into it.
Fair enough. 24, BYU. If you were a betting man, Notre Dame to cover or Notre Dame money line was free money because Vegas was practically begging you to take BYU in the points, I feel like. But I didn't touch it, even though I'm an idiot. I should have touched it. 25. I like Baylor. I think they're well coached. They're a good team. We'll give them that. But, oh, shit. I forgot what I was going to say. I had something really good to say, and I lost it. 23 FSU, 24 BYU, 25 Baylor. Oh, yeah. The James Madison hype. They are ranked in the AP poll, and there are about 50 teams in the country that would wax them.
I don't know. I mean, they're just coming over from not being even in the FBS.
I'm not moved. We deserve to be ranked over James Madison.
They're playing FBS level competition.
And
they're undefeated.
If we play James Madison,
and they're undefeated. Yes, I understand that, but like based off of what they've been able to do up to this point, then yes.
I could pull up their schedule and look at it, and it does not matter because it is irrelevant to our program.
Hey Ben, smile.
What's that for?
Got you. Snapchat.
Are you sending me to all your women?
I have one woman, but she doesn't watch the show, so maybe.
We're gonna have to do something about that.
I'm just fucking around. Okay.
I'm gonna go on the record. We're moving to the NC State game. I'm gonna go on the record. That was the worst second half coaching of Mike's career at FSU. Including Jacksonville State, including 2020 UNC, including any of the other bullshit games we've had, because he squeaked it out. He squeaked it out the other games. Jacksonville State was just a shit show all around, and he had Mackenzie Milton starting. That was the worst second half coaching I have seen from him by a long shot.
It's been the total opposite, in my opinion, of what we've known him as, right? It's always been we've had kind of that change in the second half of the game. Like we've had those adjustments.
He looks like a conservative pussy out there. And you know who else is a conservative pussy in a different way? Dabo. Fuck him. I've been wanting to say that joke all day.
But you're right. You're not wrong at all.
Oh, I just loved how we continued to do that slow developing halfback draw to set up 2nd and 12 every drive.
It's the same play. It's kind of like because I cover the Bucks, so it's like the same thing for the Bucks. Is like, oh, I know the Bucks are gonna run it on first down every fucking time because that's all they fucking do. It's fucking scripted. I know that. And it's the same thing. That's what it reminded me of when I was watching this game. I was like, why the fuck are we running draw after draw after draw? Why are we running it up the middle, up the middle, up the middle? Why aren't we bouncing anything out to the outside? Why aren't we running? We're running counters, but we're running counters right into the back of our own offensive lineman. We're not doing anything that is putting our offense in a favorable position. Because if you have to throw the ball on 3rd and 7 consistently, you put yourself in a 3rd and 6 to a 3rd and 10 position every single time. You're not going to have success no matter how much you believe in Jordan Travis to be able to make plays happen not only with his arm, but with his legs as well. And Jordan had the best running game that he's ever fucking had.
Well, he had it because of one play. And guess what we decided to do? We're not going to make any more runs for him. We were like, you know what? No.
Right, and what were we bitching about all up till we weren't even probably fucking bitching about it, right? We weren't even probably fucking bitching about it. But we said, when are Jordan's legs going to be utilized? When are we going to utilize Jordan's legs? And we utilize in this game, and it hits super early on with a 78-yarder. Right?
You can tell, though, he's not as fast as he used to because he put on so much muscle weight.
It doesn't matter. It
I
doesn't
don't
matter
care.
if he's as fast or not.
I don't give a fuck if he's fast. It was fucking working.
It doesn't matter if he's fast or not. It's about what the defense gives you. And I can't tell you how many times I looked during that game trying to diagnose it, and I'm looking like the defensive end is closing in every single time because he knows you're going to hand it off. He knows you're going to hand it off. And what happens, the one play, like I said this even before that touchdown happened, even before Jordan took it that late, was, look, we're doing the same shit. Why doesn't Jordan just fucking pull the ball and fucking go? The defensive end is crashing every single fucking time because they know Jordan's not going to run the ball. Jordan's not going to pull that ball, and we're going to give it off to a running back. And I kept saying it. And then up to that point, it hadn't happened until Jordan pulled it. And I was just like, yeah, see what fucking happens when you pull the fucking damn ball. You pull the ball, you give your quarterback who has lethal fucking legs and a lethal ability to make defenders miss. He might not be the quickest motherfucker in the world, but he knows how to make defenders miss. He is great with his like jukes or whatever else you want to call it, his deception,
elusiveness,
running the ball. Why don't you give him the go ahead to pull it whenever he has to? Because that's it at this point. Because the rest of the game, it was the same old, right? Jordan's not pulling the ball. Jordan's just handing it off. Jordan's just doing this. It's either Mike or Atkins or whoever it's on. I don't know. Because those two got to work hand in hand with one each other, right? Because Atkins is the offensive coordinator. And Mike is the head coach, who's also an offensive guy himself. So those two got to figure it out. And it's either them two not allowing Jordan to pull, or it's just Jordan not pulling himself. So whatever it is needs to be get fucked, whatever. Get fucking fixed. Fix it. Because I'm over it. If there's a fucking defensive end crashing in on your running back, pull the fucking ball and take it for a nice 12-yard gain. It's that easy. I know football is not an easy game to play, but that aspect of it, from my perspective, and I know I'm not saying it from a professional perspective. I know I'm saying it from a fan perspective. But when I'm watching it head on, and I can see the play develop before it's even happening, there's a problem there. And I know you want to trust Jordan being able to step back and pass the ball. You can still do that out of an RPO. But give Jordan the ability to make the decisions for himself. And if that's Jordan making the decisions by himself, he's got to take that step forward. I know that's not necessarily what we came into the season thinking, right? We just wanted Jordan to take the next step and being a passer, and Jordan being this, and Jordan being that. And Jordan has done that. But now Jordan has to realize he's got to see all three phases of the game. He's got to see all three phases of the game and be able to take that and do what he needs to do.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know why we don't have more design runs for Jordan. Oh, hello, welcome. I didn't see you got added.
Hello.
You came in at a very inopportune time. We're just out here bitching about Mike and Jordan.
I'm not necessarily bitching about them all, but I thought like Thomas joined early, so fuck it. Jordan, I know you watched the game. I know
Yes,
you're
I watched most of it.
yeah. And I know you've seen the same thing as we saw. My whole thing is I don't know if it's on Mike and Atkins on telling Jordan not to go or not to pull the ball out and run himself, or if it's Jordan just being hesitant. Like either way, it's fucked, in my opinion. Either way, you need to be able to come to a common ground. And if it's on the coordinators and the head coach, you gotta let the chains loose. Let him off. Let Jordan decide on if that play is going to be successful or not. Because that's what I feel. I feel like it's coming down to the coaching. That's where my opinion's at right now. I don't know if you guys see it any different.
I was pissed off because it was like we had a great first half, and it's almost like we were like, you know what? We're not going to do any adjustments. We're going to go do the same shit, and I bet they're not going to adjust either. And that is how you lose your job very fast. I mean, it was just the play calling ass. The preparation probably pretty ass considering no one could catch the fucking football. Storms, fucking. Me and Storms got to have a talk. I don't know.
I don't know if it's Storms. Storms' head of weightlifting is not necessarily.
He's not. Yeah, he's not the ACL. He's not the collarbone guy. But we're still having guys going down every fucking play.
Yeah.
That like we're having guys going. Robert Cooper came down with a minor, like these minor injuries every single play. We went like 4 plays in a row with a guy going down, having to leave the play. Like there's bad injury luck, and then there's that.
But then you also look at the guys that are coming out, like who came out last game, and Farmer had a great game, and then Leonard Warner had a fucking great game too. So like those guys are getting their opportunities as backups and being able to fill in admirably, in my opinion. They made plays that I didn't think they would make in a big game atmosphere, especially at NC State. And they come in, but they're not game changing plays, obviously. But at the end of the day,
what was a game changing play? That bullshit ass roughing the passer call. That was one of the worst calls I have ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I don't know the team like you guys do, but it almost seemed like Florida State just not that they didn't care, but it was just like
is it like we got comfortable? Is that what you?
Yeah, that from an outside perspective,
14 points. I got that's on Mike. Mike, I want a handwritten apology from Mike Norvell delivered to me.
I want to hear what Thomas has to say because I feel the same way that Thomas does. It just feels like we got comfortable.
Yeah, like as an outsider, like the first half went great, and then Lear went out, obviously, but then it seemed like it almost looked like the players and the play calling looked like you guys could just like almost like sleepwalk through and get out of there with the win. It's almost like you guys already started looking ahead to next week at a certain point in the game. I can't tell you exactly what that point is, but
I would agree.
For me, that's what it looked like. You guys were just like, all right, well, we got this one in the bag. We're going to go ultra conservative for the most part. It just seemed like you were uninterested in being there.
I would agree. And it's not the first time it's happened. It happened against Georgia Tech. It was game 1 when we beat them, or we lost to them with Mike's first game. So whatever, because it passed first game. It happened 2020 UNC. It almost happened against LSU. It's happened. I feel like it's probably happened a couple other times where we just got conservative and let teams back in it. And I feel like it's finally cost Mike a game. So he's got to beat him fucking 69 to
one game, right? This is the one game that you can say is on Mike.
Yeah. What? Yeah. Beat them fucking 69-0. Fuck them. Fuck their fans. Fuck all of them. Beat the fuck out of them. I don't give a shit. Run up the score and just be the biggest team full of jackasses you can possibly be. I want taunting. I want big hits.
Right.
I want taking Hail Marys at the last play when you're up 69-2.
We don't want anybody to like Florida State.
No.
Like when Florida State's good, everybody hates us.
I love it.
Right? Am I wrong in saying that, Thomas?
Because I'm
that's accurate.
Unbearable piece
Very
of
accurate.
Shit.
When we're good, everybody fucking hates us.
I think I made my entire high school not like me because of Florida State.
So
well, there are other reasons, but I
if
made
you're
my
going to be
entire high school
good,
not
if
like
you're going to
Florida
be
State.
good, just have the game plan set from the get-go. We're not going to do this and this, and we're not going to change this if it's working. Everything was fucking working, and then all of a sudden it changed, and we started to be conservative, like you mentioned, Thomas.
Yeah.
Well, why did we start doing that? It made no sense to me. Nobody was filling gaps. Offensive line wasn't blocking. Everybody just got very conservative in what they had to say. And like my stepdad is saying right here, you got to keep the foot on the damn gas. Yeah, you fucking got to. You got to keep your foot on the damn gas. And you're up. You're up.
When he gets a beer 2000 on his app, does he say
you're up
17?
You're up 17-3 at the end of the first half. Don't get fucking lackadaisical and go back to your original bullshit to where it makes it hard for the offense to get into the rhythm. Let your offense get into a fucking rhythm. Keep it going. Keep it a balanced offense. Keep doing the play actions. Keep doing the rollouts. Keep doing what you can do. But you're getting away from that. You're running draws. You're running the counters that everybody knows you're going to do, which is probably a staple in your offense. Yes, get that going early on in the game. But once it's successful, you got to lean off of that and start mixing up with a lot of different things. And you're not doing that. You're not being able to. And then you just put Jordan back in a shotgun position, which has been proven that he is not necessarily. I mean, he's been good at it this year, yes. But in the past, Jordan has not excelled being that guy back there by himself to win a game. That's not Jordan. You put him back there to be successful. And the way you are successful is being able to manipulate the game plan and being able to play your game the way that you want it to be played. And Mike did not do that.
Yeah,
to me, it's almost like you guys took a 14-point lead as a 35-point lead.
Well, yeah, and that's usually. I mean, you saw with fucking Memphis on Friday. They took a 13-point lead with 2 minutes left, and they were like, "All right, we'll let you score. We'll play prevent. Just milk the clock."
It's just like two scores. Like on the scoreboard, I know 14 points looks like a lot, but that's literally two possessions. They come out, they score, and then, for example, they get pick six, and the game's
It's nothing. It's nothing, Thomas.
Yeah, it's literally like. I mean, it's not 35
I was like
points.
fucking 12, 14 points seems insurmountable, but there's been a lot of shit that's happened.
I mean,
so
that's just from what I saw in my limited, I didn't watch the whole thing, but I watched a good bit. And from an outsider perspective, I was just kind of sitting there. I was like, what is Florida State doing? They're just.
I hated our last drive too. I don't like the play. There's 50
All
seconds.
Right, talk about it because there's a lot to unpack from that.
I was so lost.
It was 2nd and 8.
We get bailed out.
Yeah, it wasn't targeting. Well, it was targeting, but it shouldn't have been targeting.
We get bailed out.
And we're moving the ball. I'm like, I don't know why with 50 seconds left you take a shot. It's 2nd and 8. Go for 6, but do it in a conservative way.
I understand the reason not to run the ball. I understand the reason not to run the ball because you don't trust your kicker, all of this shit, right?
But he had a little mojo going.
But the thing is you can still run the ball on 2nd down.
Yeah. Run it, milk some clock, and then throw it across the middle, a safe pass, a little out route or something safe. To where, it's incomplete. Now we have to rely, make him an option. You don't need to throw a fade to our 5'10" wide receiver, which there's so many different things about
the whole thing with there's
they adjusted that play.
So much going on with that one play call, right?
You see what someone tweeted out, maybe it's unknown, but the NC State coaches, it was a similar play to the first touchdown. And he said that they saw the play and they just covered it a little bit differently. So they adjusted, we did it.
There's also been conversation from that same play. That's why, this play just pisses me off from a whole because apparently there's 5 reads for Travis.
There were not 5 reads.
I don't think there's going to be 5 reads. I think at max there's probably 3.
Yeah, if you watch the play on the shit,
but if you look at it from an overhead standpoint and you look at it from the play capability of what can happen, you got one-on-one outside with Johnny. You have no safety that is going to be over there with him at all from pre-snap. at all. Jordan made up his mind. And
He was throwing that ball at Pittman before the snap.
Jordan made up his mind he was going to go to fucking Micah. And not only that, once he decided that, Micah decided to go inside because his the guy he was playing on, the guy who was playing Micah, decided to play him outside. And so Micah decided to cut outside, and Jordan threw the ball premeditated to the outside. So I put that on Jordan. I don't put that on anybody else. Because Micah made the right play cutting inside. If he would have thrown to Micah inside, it was a touchdown. If he would have thrown it to Johnny on the outside one-on-one, maybe it's a touchdown, maybe it's an incomplete pass, and you live to die another day.
Yeah.
I put that last play, I don't necessarily put it on Mike because those are his reads, right? Those are Jordan's reads. That's what he's got to read. Look, I've got Johnny Wilson out here, 6'7", fucking 235-pounder against a fucking 5'11", 195-pounder. I don't even know what fucking size that guy was. I got that on my right side. I've got Micah out here, who I know will probably be open whether he goes outside or inside. But I'm going to have – that's what you got to make the decision on, is if this corner that's playing him, is he going to have safety help, and is that safety help even going to be there? But when the safety cheats over out and then the corner plays out, you got to know that Mike is going to cut inside, which is exactly what fucking Micah did, and Jordan throws it outside because he's premeditated to go out there.
Yeah. I mean, I put it more on Jordan than Mike. I put it on both, but a little bit more on Jordan.
I mean, I put it on both, too, because you can run the ball there.
Yeah.
You have timeouts. You have timeouts to spend.
I feel like Jordan's got to stop beating himself up when he makes a mistake. Like, I think he was desperate after the first drive when he threw a pick. And I feel like he dwells on his mistakes too much. Like, after a bad play, he gets in his own head and he keeps thinking about it. And he can't just let it go. I don't
necessarily think he gets in his own head. I think he's just trying to make a big play.
He gets desperate.
He's trying to make amends.
Yeah, which a difference between a good quarterback, a solid quarterback, and a great quarterback is they recognize they made a bad play, they say fuck it, move on, and they just play their game. They've gotten it in one year, out the other year. They see it, they know, they learn from it, and they go along with it. Which that's kind of what Atkins said. He beats himself up too much after bad plays, which that's got to change. You start getting in your own head.
You look at somebody like Travis, right, who went to Louisville and was like third string on the depth chart and never really had his chance to really showcase abilities, and all of his confidence came down to absolutely rock bottom. Like just being as a normal person, once I've been at rock bottom, I felt like complete shit, and it took me a long time to get me back up to where, I felt like good enough to be where I needed to be as a person or just.
I still think you're
overall, just be good enough for myself.
I'm just kidding.
And he's gotten to that point, but I think there's a lot of hype around that, right? There's a lot of hype nationally, a lot of hype, within the program as well, that he's got it all together. He's got it all back, but he might still be dealing with some shit. But let him do it at his process. And we can't really do that because now he's in that spotlight, right?
Yeah, he'll be all right. I mean,
he's in that spotlight now. So he can't really do that. He's got to kind of be able to make it on his own. And he thought everything was all good because we're 4-0 heading into these games against Wake Forest and NC State, and everything feels good. It'll be interesting to see how he responds come this Clemson game because Clemson's got everybody back.
Yeah, first time all year. That's great.
Everybody back. So it'll be interesting. We got guys back too. If you were to tell me right now that we would be 4-2 heading into Clemson, I probably would disbelieve you. I probably wouldn't tell you that was the case. So everything that's going on right now is above what I originally thought. Is
Yeah,
it?
the issue is when you're presented with new.
My problem is the way we're losing.
Yeah, I would agree. When you're presented with new information, like after the first couple games, you can change the standard and what you want a little bit, but you also have to realize this is also a 5-7 team last year, so there's still going to be growing pains. We'll find ways to win. We're also going to find ways to lose. There's going to be lots of good, and it's going to be lots of bad. And the last 2 weeks has been a lot more bad than it has been good.
Yeah, and
the good news is we've seen a lot of good as well.
I don't want to just put it on Trav, right? I don't want to put it on Trav. There's multiple drops that happened in the game, probably about 5 to 7 drops that
Travis actually played a better game than it.
Statistically, 5 to 7 drops that were key. I mean, I think 3 of them were third downs. Another one was a touchdown. So those were key drops that could have put us in a different scenario than where we were in. Not only that, penalties killed us. Penalties were not good. I mean, it's just there's a ton that goes into it. Obviously, coaching and the play calling wasn't great either. But I don't want to put it all on Travis. But that last play,
everyone, I would say
that last play is what everybody's going to come down to.
I would put it on everyone but the defense. The defense did phenomenal. They did their job. But that's kind of how it is. That's college football. We're young. Shit happens. On to the next, and we'll see how it goes. I guess that's a good segue into the Clemson game. I'll be there. Very drunk.
I will be there as well. First game, first Florida State game.
And we're gonna have your opinion, which I know what's gonna be when you come back. On the next podcast, you're gonna tell us about how playing the Spirit midfield is so much cooler than the eagle flying around, because it is.
Thomas, I will tell you, I've been to the Swamp. I've been to Knoxville. Those are like 2 of the great atmospheres I've been into. There's nothing like being in Doak.
I feel like
nothing like being in Doak at night. Clemson,
it's sold out. It's gonna be loud.
Clemson's coming in. It's gonna be so loud, and then you're gonna witness. I know everybody overhypes this, and it's so overhyped, but Osceola and Renegade just driving out to midfield and planting that spear is one of the greatest experiences.
You're going to need to bring an extra pair of underwear into the game.
I'm telling you, it is one of the greatest. It is one of the greatest experiences.
Yeah, fuck that Virginia Tech Inter Sandman shit. That shit sucks. We're talking about.
I'm excited. I'm excited for sure. I'm also very glad they actually sell beer in the stadium, so that is a plus. I'm not used to that.
It's expensive, but it's worth it. You either Coke.
I mean, you take that. Like you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna spend whatever the fuck I need to. Like,
yeah. I will be rowdy.
Yeah, good. But it's gonna be an atmosphere for you boys. I mean, look, nobody. I don't think anybody has really lost. Like, especially Florida State fans. Florida State fans have not lost their care and their love and their whole.
We did a little bit in 2018.
And their whole yes. But like as a whole for this team,
that's fair.
They have not lost anything after these 2 losses.
Oh,
No, it's gonna be loud. It's gonna be sold out.
It's gonna be completely sold out. There are gonna be people fighting for seats. Like people are gonna try and smush into seats, and they're not even supposed to be there. That's the type of game that this is gonna be. The last Clemson game I was at, that was in Doak, I got kicked out.
The last Clemson game I was in at Doak, we lost 59-3.
Well, besides that one, I was at the one where it was back in. That was
16 when Darwin's run got.
That was in 2020. So back in
18, we lost by.
Yes, that's the one I was at.
We lost by a lot.
That's the one I was at, and I got kicked out, and that was a fucking shitty ass time. But besides the point, that's how people are gonna be. People are gonna be like fucking trying to. Like it's gonna be a madhouse there, and it's gonna be. We'll talk about the football game here in a minute, but like the atmosphere that is gonna surround Tallahassee, and this time you couldn't have picked a better game to go to, Thomas.
Shout out Ben's dad. Shout out Brian.
Yes,
securing the tickets.
We did, But I also did a little bit on the ticket. I had the well, he did find the tickets. He's good at that. He's got a little posse of buddies he went to Florida State with, and just kind of shoots a little mass text, and they'll get back to him. Like we got him on the event finder. They still had the website was still selling them, which I'm shocked.
A little pool there.
Yeah, a little pool. You know, Brian holds some weight. Brian, the logo holds weight. No, but the atmosphere it gives me a little optimism because I don't think DJ has ever played like in a real atmosphere like this on the road at night.
No, he hasn't.
But we'll
see. I don't think up to this career. Oh, god damn. Excuse me. Up to his career, I think probably the hardest stadium he had to play in was what, Virginia Tech?
I'm not moved because I stink right now.
Right. So, I mean, he's coming in to Doak with a team that's just lost 2 straight in a fashion that I don't even know how to explain it. Like they're 2 different.
We gave it away. One of them, Wake was better. The other one, we gave it away.
Wake was better, but we still held them to their least output of the whole season, right? And that's fine. And that's with Sam Hartman. You know, a lot of teams didn't have to deal with that early on in the season, and they're still running the mesh, along with the fact that not a lot of teams can deal with that. You know, can deal with the mesh. You can't really deal with the mesh when it comes to Wake Forest. It's very difficult to have to deal with. And we held them to their lowest output of the season on offense. And then we go on the road to NC State. We put on a fight, and it's not even our defense that's having issues. It's our offense that's having issues. And you look at that, and you're like, our defense is going to be fine. So what is DJ going to be able to do?
I'm not worried one bit about our defense this week. I'm worried about the offense.
Yeah, which we should be. But Jordan at home, much better than Jordan on the road. Can you
Vegas is begging. Vegas is begging people to take Clemson in the points.
Begging. They are begging because it's 3.5 right now.
Which is what I like. I like to hear that. We have to say we fade the public. We fade the public in this podcast.
I mean, I think it goes without saying the Florida State offense, like it is imperative they get off to a good start because if they go, 2, 3 and out.
My thing to that, Thomas, is we've gotten off to hot starts and then we just kind of tapered.
We just need consistent long drives, which we're not going to get because we don't have the line to stop.
Every team would like consistent long drives.
Well, that's fair. We did it against LSU, and LSU's got a damn good D-line, but it's still not Clemson D-line.
Yeah. The reason I said it is because I think the crowd, like, you got to keep them in it. That's anywhere when it comes to a big game.
Keep the defense rested. That's my key. Keep the defense. I don't care if we don't score for the first half. As long as the defense stays rested, my defense is playing good.
All right, I agree with Thomas. You gotta keep the crowd in it. So getting off to a hot start, right? Which has worked well with us in the past at home.
Except
if we get off to a hot start and say we put up 17 points, 21 points in the first half, and Clemson scores like 10-14, whatever, great start, whatever. That momentum needs to carry itself over, which your fans are going to do so. Is that what you're talking about, Thomas?
Yeah.
I think it's a race to 28 in this one, but I don't know if we can get there. That's the issue.
Their defense is good, and they got everybody back, so that's gonna be
they've got fucking me, you, and Thomas in the secondary. Like their secondary's not.
Or they got their best. They just got their best cornerback.
I don't care. That does not move me one bit.
It moves me.
Mm-hmm.
It's Clemson, dog. It's not gonna be easy. It's not. I'm not looking at this as an NC State. I'm not looking at this as a Wake Forest. Like, and we lost those games. I'm not looking at it from either of those perspectives. I'm looking at it from it's Clemson. Like, no matter what, if these guys aren't necessarily ready to play, they've already got guys who have got experience through 6 games now at this point, who can fill in admirably in those positions, be able to take right over. So it's going to be that way. It's going to be a tough fucking competition. And we're not going to really know what happens until it comes game time. Yes, I understand that. But at the end of the day, where do we beat them? Where do
Well,
we have to beat them? And we have to beat them on the offensive side of the ball.
Well, I would say I was gonna go my 3 key takeaways or 3 game notes. This is the script to beat them. Rattle DJ, get in his head, which I think we'll be able to do. I'm pretty confident we can do that. Number 2, run the ball with Travis. A lot of design QB runs. Move the pocket with him. Just keep Travis mobile. And number 3, establish the pass. We're not gonna run the ball on him. We're gonna have to air it out. Establish the pass early. You're gonna have to set up the run using the pass. You're not gonna be able to set up the pass using the run. You have to set up the run using.
Don't get away from the play actions. Don't get away from the rollouts. Don't get away from everything that we have built this team on to get from the get-go. But also, you look at what we've dealt with in the past with Wake Forest and NC State, right? And we've had injuries throughout both of those games. We've on the defensive side specifically. Okay, first out, Lovett out.
I think Lovett will be back this week, personally.
Yes, okay. Let me get to my point. Okay, those guys being out, Coop going down, and then you had guys like Farmer come up. You had guys like Leonard Warner come up and make plays for us last game, even though we didn't come out with a victory. They made splash plays. We got depth. We got those guys. But then what have we been saying like three weeks ago? What we have been saying? As long as these guys are back for Clemson game, we're fine. Guess what? Lovett's full practice versus full practice.
Coop's full practice, I think. I don't know. He was practicing. He had a pretty hefty warm-up, I'll say. So Coop looked good.
We're full practice. Guys are back. Dudes are back. This is a game
Jakai's back.
That Mike marked on his calendar. If this were to happen, if we were to go down with injuries, that these guys were going to have to be healthy. If these guys had gone down, I guarantee you Mike had already had this set up. If these guys were to go down, then we're going to save them for this game. Because this game means more than either of those two.
Both of them combined, I would agree. I'd trade those 2 losses for Clemson to win.
I think what y'all said earlier about moving Jordan around is imperative because you can't just drop back and let those Clemson D linemen just
die.
Pin their ears back and just come after him. Like,
you got to move him.
He's going to die. So you're going to have to, roll him out, get him some easy throws, make sure he has his confidence. Because I've seen in a couple of Florida State games I watched, Jordan playing with confidence.
Timothy.
There's like when he's struggling a little bit, it's like it's 2 completely different guys.
It's day and night, right? Day and night.
I need Mike to reach all the way up his fucking ass and pull out the fucking bag. Do it. You just get all the way in his fucking bag.
And what you need to do is move Jordan out of the pocket. Like, I know he's improved as a pocket passer, but he is a much better passer outside of the pocket.
If I see the first play of the slow developing halfback draw, I'm gonna march down on the field and I'm gonna slap Mike himself, and Tom's gonna bail me out of jail that night.
We've talked enough about this. I don't want to fucking kill anybody else. So
I don't know. But it's a very winnable game. Do we win? If we put together 4 good quarters, we can win the game.
Score prediction.
Together 4 put. My score prediction? I want to go last. I want to see y'all's.
All right. Well, I'll go. It is a very winnable game for Florida State. Extremely winnable game. That being said, though, what I've seen the past 2 weeks from either team, I think Florida State loses it on a missed field goal.
Oh.
It's really heartbreaking. I do not want that to happen. Let me first say, I do not want that to happen. I think Tallahassee would be such a cool place if y'all win and it win. But I just think that D line, I just think eventually they're going to wear down your offense because I think your offense is going to struggle at some point in the game. Have some couple 3-and-outs. The defense is going to get tired. And then the Clemson defense is going to be able to – you're going to have to start slinging the ball. The Clemson defense is going to pin their ears back. Travis is going to make some plays because he can. But I just don't have a great feeling about this game personally.
It's fair. Caleb?
I think it'll be close, though. I think it will be close. Very close. I give it like a 65% chance Clemson wins.
Yeah, I mean, Thomas really said everything probably that I was going to kind of hit on in terms of breaking down the game. It's you got to put Travis in a comfortable Travis position, and I don't necessarily know what that is. It's probably a mixture of putting him in situations of drop back when he needs to drop back, or roll out when he needs to roll out, or establish the running game, then do that, and which is ultimately what you want to do. But at the same time, Clemson's getting all these guys back. I don't trust all those guys coming back.
They'll be a little rusty.
They're coming. They'll come back a little bit cold. That's just what happens when you come back from injury. I think it's gonna be a very close game. I don't think anybody's gonna really take over at any point in the game. I do think it'll come down to a field goal, and I think Clemson wins 24-21.
I'm gonna go with my original prediction on Sunday night when I was in depression. I don't know. By Friday I'll have myself convinced we're winning. I'll be walking in there expecting to win and all that shit. I'm gonna go with my original prediction. I've been kind of good about them recently. I got Clemson 27, FSU 16. I want to see it from our offense before. I don't know. Maybe I'm going with some reverse jinx here. See how it goes.
I hope Florida State wins.
I really do. I mean, I think we have a shot. That's the thing. I think we have a shot.
We're due for a big home win. Like, we're kind of due for one. Mike always does that one weird shit every year at home. Did a UNC 2021 or 2020. 2021, he had Miami, and he also on the road and beat UNC.
There's always one big win we get at home.
This year we have. I mean, we got Clemson, Georgia Tech, and Florida left at home. I mean,
it's got to be that one, right?
Now's the time. Now's the time. Yep. Buckle up.
All right, I'm changing mine.
24-21
Florida State.
Okay. Well, we'll see. I don't know.
I'm changing it. 24-21 Florida State. Put it on record.
I would like to put mine at 24-22 Clemson. I think you go for 2.
And don't get it.
Yeah.
Well, that'd be a shame.
With like 3 minutes left in the game, and then they just run the clock out. Which would be absolutely heartbreaking.
It's going to be close.
I hope not. I'm changing mine to FSU 69, Clemson 0.
Okay.
It's going to be close. It's going to be a lot closer than a lot of people probably fucking think.
Yeah, I mean, I to be honest, I'm pretty unbiased here. I mean, I would cheer for Florida State over I'd cheer for Clemson, but it's not like I have a strong pull either way. I mean,
you're going to have a strong pull on Saturday.
I will. I'll have an extremely strong pull. Financially and
gosh.
Taking tons of money out on the Florida State money line there, Thomas. I see it.
Take the spread.
Yeah, well, you know what? You're only in Tallahassee once.
Take the spread. Don't take money line. Take the spread.
I love it.
Well, since we're talking about financials, let's move into our favorite segment and our always happy segment, the Generous Anonymous, where Thomas is kicking both me and Caleb's ass.
What's the record?
I don't know. I'll have to look at that. We were both. I was 7-8. You were 7-9, and we both went 1-2. And Tom was like 11-7 or 11-4. I don't fucking know. He was just kicking our ass.
I went 2 for 3 last week. I was
still
keeping the Twitter updated with it.
I am still like a smidge ahead of Caleb because of something. I don't know what
your
it was.
Money line?
Yeah, your money line hit you.
My money line hit?
No, you were 2 picks behind me, but one of them was a money line that hit, so you got an extra point.
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah.
Whatever. All right, who wants to start us off? We'll let the champ start us off.
Go ahead, sir.
So I've done absolutely no research this week.
You told me research is for losers.
Well, it's worked so far.
That's fair. Hey, before we get into it, I will say I've hit 4 parlays in the past 2 weekends, and when my parlays hit, we lose. So I know what I have to do.
Okay, that's fair. My first one, I think, is game sus. Let's go with Tennessee plus 7.5.
Interesting.
This literally just depends on if Bryce Young is healthy and how healthy he is.
That's fair.
If
All right.
he's banged up, I mean,
All right.
Alabama's offense looked terrible.
My first pick is Tennessee money line, and I put in where are they parentheses or what did I put them in? I don't know. I put it in parentheses and I said, damn it, where is it? I said pending Bryce Young.
He's gonna play. He's going to play. We all know this. He's going to play.
Yeah, just how healthy.
Yeah, but even if he's not 100%, I think Tennessee could still win. So I'll stick with it. I'll stick with it, and I'll take Tennessee money line.
Although I did see today, they're like star safety apparently got arrested for assault.
I don't care.
So
He'll play.
Let him play.
Yeah, but the dude's someone walked into his apartment on an accident, and the dude goes like apologized, and he turned around and walked down. The guy just socked him in the face.
Yeah,
Don't walk in the wrong apartment.
Yeah, wrong apartment. Get the fuck out.
All right, my first pick. Rock Chalk Jayhawk. Fuck Oklahoma. I don't care who's playing quarterback. Kansas is fucking rolling. I know this is a line where I'm gonna get exposed. They're like, Oklahoma shouldn't be favored. Everyone's gonna take Kansas money line. But Leopold's a better coach than Venables. I feel like the OU guys have given up on that team. I don't care if Dylan Gabriel's back or not. He's dog shit. He's not good with the sport. He's almost Mackenzie Milton bad. Not really, but same school, same transfer. I'll
go after you on that because I think I'm gonna stick with it, Ben.
You're going with them too?
I'm not gonna go with them. I originally had Kansas money line, thinking Jalen was gonna be back. But I'll take Kansas points.
Kansas plus 8.5.
Yeah, we'll see what it comes out as, but I'll still take Kansas points there. I think that's a solid win for me. There's no trust in that program. No trust in their head coach. No trust in their quarterback. No matter who it is behind center, there's not anything going on with Oklahoma right now. Kansas is the better team. I don't think I've ever fucking thought I would say that, but
hey, I didn't think I'd ever be sweating Kansas Duke when they were both 4-0 with Kansas.
Kansas is the better team right now.
Lance has them rolling.
I mean, Kansas looks good. Like, I know their quarterback is legit in Jalen Daniels, but
the backup's good too. He was dropping seeds.
Yeah, but even outside of that, I mean, they've got a solid team.
Respect Devin Neal, my fantasy running back.
You got to respect him. So I don't think Oklahoma respects anybody. They don't trust anybody on their team. So I'll take them plus points and take that. I'll take that one.
All right. I'll save that pick for lock of the week. I'm going to go Georgia Southern plus 10.5 over James Madison.
Ooh, spicy.
Only because
It's gonna be a barn burner.
Yeah.
The two guys I live with this summer go to Georgia Southern. And apparently Georgia Southern is like really hard to play.
It's a terrible option.
No, they quit doing it. I think. Yeah, they quit doing it.
I haven't watched shit, so can't tell you.
Yeah, I don't really know why I'm going with this, but
James Madison's 5-0.
Yeah.
I told you earlier during my top 25. They're not a top 25 team. And that's gonna motivate Georgia Southern. I like the pick.
I just think that Georgia Southern, how often they play a top 25 team where they have a chance to actually win. So I'm just gonna go with them for no real reason.
I like it. My second pick is
Georgia Southern to cover, not to win.
Cover, yeah. My second pick.
I'm
rocking with my buddies out, good old pals out in Stillwater, Oklahoma. taking Oklahoma State money line at TCU. I don't care. I didn't think they'd win against Baylor, and I took their money line and they won. And I don't think they're going to win against TCU, but I'm going to take their money line because I'm rooting for them and I pick with my heart, not my head, and that's why I lose money. But TCU ruined Kansas's magic, so their magic is determined to run out soon. And I do think Gundy is the more experienced coach here. And maybe, I don't know, we'll see. That TCU defense doesn't move me. It does not move me. I trust Oklahoma State to make more stops than TCU. Sorry, Oklahoma State.
If I were to pick anything out of that game, it'd be the under. And that's rare for a Big 12 game.
I don't disagree. Both teams are due for an offensive play. But Okie State money line, roll pokes.
To me, that's a pick 'em. So I could.
Yeah, I stayed away from that.
Yeah, it's not something I would pick. My lock of the night and of this weekend is going to be USC money line at Utah.
You know ball.
I know ball. USC's on a roll. This could be perceived as a trap game for them. Not necessarily they got anybody really to play next weekend, but it's somebody big on their schedule. Utah, they're going to come out firing, ready to go. Lincoln Riley's going to have the boys riled up. On the road, 8 o'clock game, so, Eastern times can be 5 o'clock. It'll be in that mixture time for them. It'll be interesting to see what happens. But at the end of the day, USC's legit.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams legit. Wide receivers legit. Everybody's legit. They're going to put points up on Utah. Not necessarily the points that they have been putting up, but Utah is not USC right now.
Yeah.
So I trust USC. I've rode with them a few times this year, and they've hit for me every single time. So I'm going to continue to ride the hot streak there with the Trojans.
I think USC might be one of those teams where, to a certain extent, they played to the level of competition. They're, if it's a good matchup, they're going to come out like fully prepared. They're not overlooking anything. So I think that's a pretty good pick. But the lock of the week, Kentucky moneyline over State if Will Levis plays. And hear me out. I think this is a good lock because Kentucky, they're gonna want to run the ball, ground the pound, limit Mississippi State's offense, keep the ball out of their hands. And especially after losing next week, I think they're coming with vengeance, show people that they're actually a top 25 team. I think Rodriguez is their running back's last name, and I think it's only his second or third game back. I think he's going to do really well. I feel like every time Mississippi State gets rolling, gets hot, they lose a game they probably shouldn't. So
that's actually probably a very good take, in my opinion, because you're totally right. Every time Mississippi State gets on a roll, they end up losing a game and then get knocked back out.
Yeah.
So
if you want something with pretty good, let's see, what is the money line odds?
I mean, it depends on if Levis or Levis or however you want to say his last name is going to start or not.
Yeah, they said he was practicing this week, but I don't know to what extent that is. I mean, it's plus 215 money line. I feel that's pretty good if you want to, throw 10, $20, you could double your money and then some. So, I don't know. Well, I don't know. I can't do that math right now, but you'll win a lot. So that's the lock of the week.
Don't mind it.
Well, I was originally going to go with USC money line. But I feel like we've all been very, very pickative about
what?
Pickative and similar. That's not a word.
I don't think that's a word, Ben.
Yeah.
I don't care. I feel like we've all been very similar, and I feel like if I take USC money line, there's no really value for me to pull away from Caleb. It could be tracking. So I'm going to do what he said that he was going to do, but didn't do. I'm going to take LSU money line in the swamp. Fuck the Gators. I'm riding.
You're an ass for that, by the way.
What?
Taking my pick that I had already mentioned to you.
I'm switching.
Wow. That's low, and I hate that pick personally.
No, I love it. It's a bounce back game. Gators aren't that good.
You saw they were
Okay. You
I'm not moved.
look at the past games. Florida and LSU have always been good, so it's really a toss up.
Yeah, that's the one thing I'll say. When these two teams play, something always goes down. But LSU is just not good.
No,
stand by that since the
much
Auburn
better. I
game.
think they're much better than they showed last weekend, and they match up a lot better against Florida.
They should have no issue moving the ball in that Florida defense.
I don't understand what their offense is. Like they've all these.
And they're not gonna have a problem stopping that offense. That's the problem.
Their offense is kind of. I feel like their offense is very, backyard football. Fuck it, go long, or fuck it, get open.
They're way more talented than that, though. I feel like they're way more talented than the points they put up.
They are.
So maybe this will be the game they explode, though.
We'll see. I feel like they got.
They're
going to give up and get smoked by Florida, or they're going to give them a game and they're going to win a close one. And we will find out.
Man, I feel you should get points taken away for stealing people's picks.
How am I stealing a pick?
Look, it wasn't honestly one of my picks, but I had mentioned it to Ben because
I don't think I didn't like that pick already.
No, I think you did, but I also liked it.
I know, but I was gonna go with USC money line.
I'm the one who mentioned it to you, so like
yeah, but we gotta have some variance, and if USC loses, I can pull ahead. The game is the game. It's strategic.
You're true.
That's fair. I don't know, man. I feel like haven't you picked against Florida like 4 times this year?
I picked Utah, and I think that was it. I stopped that shit. They played someone.
You blame that on Cam Rising, and that's your fault.
Yeah, well, Cam Rising is a scrub. He deserves blame for that shit.
Yeah, he's about to get his ass beat by USC, so it's fun.
I think it was what do you call it? No, I liked Kentucky in the points. I liked their money line. I didn't pick them, but I liked it.
I did. I just didn't know what Will's status was going to be.
Oh, I was talking about like Kentucky, Florida, and I don't know who else they played.
Oh.
I liked Missouri to cover against Florida. I said money line would be juicy if you wanted some good odds, but I think 10 is a good cover pick to my father. USF, that was a fucking disaster.
USF is nothing but good.
We both picked against them with the Tennessee pick, and that was just an egregious backdoor cover. That was such
as an old pick, I will take UCF minus whatever they have against Temple tonight or on Thursday. 23 points. I would take UCF as an alt line.
Damn.
Interesting.
I'm just saying, I will be tuned in to the Georgia Southern game.
I don't know where you're going to find that on TV this weekend. Like, I don't.
For all you knows out there, go ahead and take Florida State big money.
Yeah.
If you got a little pocket change.
What's that line at, by the way? What's the money at for money? For money.
I don't know, whatever.
What's Florida State at, money line wise?
I'll look it up. I just threw my phone over there. I don't want to go get it.
Very curious. I didn't even look at it.
I'll look at it.
It is plus 148. That's a very exact number.
Ooh, that's kind of low.
Well, the spread's only 3.5.
I like it. If it moves up to plus 160, I'd take it.
I'll be interested to see what it moves to.
What about 169?
Oh, God.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. With that, we're logging off, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. Well, we'll see y'all next week. Fuck Clemson. Bring your own guts, my ass. Fuck that shit. We're going to get rowdy. We're going to get loud.
Hey, y'all boys do it up for me and have a drink for me while you're there.
No, I don't think I will. I think I'm going to stay sober the whole time.
No, I'm going to buy you guys 2 shots. I'll send you money.
Okay, say less.
Also, any FSU fans at ESPN Plus to watch that James Madison Georgia Southern game.
Dude, we're gonna be at a bar at like 11:30 on a Saturday. Or we're actually gonna go see my dad's friends, and we're gonna be at his house. Like, hey, do y'all have ESPN Plus? I'm trying to watch James Madison.
Hey, it's a 3 o'clock. It's a 3 o'clock game.
He's gonna be asking the owners of Madison Social, hey, do y'all have ESPN Plus by any chance? I would love to put on the James Madison game.
If not, here's my phone. Just you guys got AirDrop.
Hey, you all laugh till they win, till they cover. So
I hope they don't, because I need you to lose. I need you to go cold. But anyways, we will see y'all next week. Hopefully, probably not happier, but we'll see how it goes.